What's up, guys and gals? It's Mizuna, and welcome back to another video. Today, episode 2 of Feed the Beast Revelation. Welcome, welcome. I hope you're all having a good day. We have a lot to talk about. I actually recorded an episode already, but we had some technical issues. By technical issues, I mean I foolishly somehow managed to unplug my microphone mid-recording, and it just wasn't good. Also, I set up a noise gate to block some of my keyboard noise, and it didn't work very well. It cut out a lot of my vocals as well, which is kind of lame. So, all the things we did in that episode are now done. And the footage is, I mean, I could use it, but I'm not comfortable with it. I would rather give you guys good content, and really, this is only unfortunate for me, right? Like, I mean, it's only unfortunate in that I now have to record another entire video to... The auto jump keeps turning itself back on. Also, I'm not sure if that's a bug with some mod or another, but anyway, it's fine. It's not really unfortunate for you, as I was saying. For you, it's actually pretty lucky, because what that means is that now you basically get twice the development in one episode. So, let's start things off with an update. Upgrades have been made, a lot of them. In the first episode, we made our little cave. As you can see, things have changed here. We have another portal. That was what the entire episode that I recorded was about. We have a bed. We have organization. Organization is key. No, there are not live animals in that box. Don't worry about it. We don't need to talk about that. Obviously, that's animal drums. Yeah, so we have some organization going here. We have a bed. We have a sleeping bag as well. As you can see, we have a little farm here. Just cotton and carrots. I am using that for food. There's no space for the sleeping bag. 10:17 p.m. Okay, we need to wait 10 Minecraft minutes here before we can sleep away the night. Anyway, we have a farm there. The cotton is what I would use to make the bed, and the... Interesting, 10:27 is what I use to make the bed and the sleeping bag, and the carrots are what I'm using for food. So, carrot juice we have here. And you can drink this stuff even when you're not hungry, and it does still give you saturation. It also has a chance of giving you a speed boost. We have a backpack now. It's a diamond backpack. I actually did this between the episode that you didn't see and this one. I went out exploring, found some leather. I found a lot of stuff, actually. It was pretty cool. In these roots dungeons, you can find tons of leather, which is really cool, because leather is one of those things that I just don't end up doing very quickly. I know animal farms is usually what people do, one of the first things they do, but I just don't get around to it. I hate wrangling animals in this game. I don't know if we have a golden lasso in this mod pack. We do indeed, and it's actually quite easy to make, 8 XP levels, so I'll end up doing that when we need to get some animals back here. So, let's talk about the cobalt pickaxe. Yes, we did make a smeltery. I made a smeltery between episode 1 and the unseen but not forgotten episode 2. This thing is huge. It's a 15 by 9. 16 by 9 interior area, so it can handle 144 blocks at a time, which is pretty freaking cool. I got a portable tank from thermal expansion here, so I can store a bunch of lava. Redstone clock, just so that we can automate pouring things out, and I moved all my Tinker's Construct workstations over here as well to make things easier. You can see I've got quite a little bit of a stockpile going here. Pretty cool. Other people have been on the server doing things, by the way, just to update you on that. We've got over there, I believe, you can just barely see it if I could figure out my Optifine zoom key. Really? Zoom? Zoom is C? Why is zoom C? Zoom should be control. There we go. Yeah, you can see over there, that's Napoleon's base. He's got a couple of friends helping him with that, which is pretty cool. I think they're probably on the tech track. And Lewin has set up shop way over there on the other side of the mountain, which is actually going to be very cool because eventually we can... What's going on there? Huh, you can see the beacon through the mountain. Weird. Anyway, once we get that arch that I was talking about in episode 1 going, then we can build a huge tunnel between us and her. That's going to be really cool. So over here, we have our little tree farm. I kind of upgraded this a little bit, laid out some paths, laid out the dirt, covered up the holes that we used to have here. Pretty cool. And now we're growing 3 different types of trees. We've got birch, oak, and olive. With storage drawers for those, so that's pretty neat. Some fence gates here as well. And as far as how let's just talk about this really quick. How we get the smeltery so big is I usually build a 3x3 smeltery, just a little tiny one with just the base and the necessary components, and then I just feed it cobblestone and dump out that cobblestone, and that gives a seared stone if you dump it into blocks, or seared brick if you dump it into ingots. So I can actually craft these twice to get to seared bricks. So that's one of the easier ways to expand your smeltery. And as you can see, I've covered this guy up, so it's nice and buried, and here's a little entrance here. So eventually we can, once I get more dirt going, I'm going to turn this into kind of like a little cavern where our smeltery is and our mineshaft is. So, speaking of our mineshaft, I want to walk all the way down here because something kind of cool down here that I want to show you guys. This is pretty deep, actually. It goes all the way down to Y level 5 because I don't know whether it's Quirk Realistic Terrain Gen or FTB Revelation itself, but the best place to find diamonds is Y level 5. So this is what I wanted to show you. This is a little temple thing from Astral Sorcery. And this thing, I don't know really what it is. Oh, apparently there's a root here now. Interesting. I don't remember that being there. And it's growing on marble, which is bizarre. But anyway, I don't know much about this mod at this point. I'm hoping to learn. But what I do know is that this block here is super cheaty. You can see that did drop coal. And lead just came. Okay, stone. Coal. Iron. Iron. Stone. 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 Coal. Iron. Aluminum. Coal. You can get some crazy stuff from this. I got diamonds at one point from this. And I also got quite a bit of charged Certus quartz, which is going to be helpful. So, yeah, this thing, I'm not quite sure how it works. I don't know if it just generates the blocks that you're mining, or if you, or if it's pulling those blocks from elsewhere in the world. But either way, pretty cool. So, yeah, as I said, this mineshaft goes all the way down to Y level 5. And I did find my first patch of diamonds over here. We can actually go ahead and light this up a little bit. Yeah. And these are 3x3 because I also built a hammer. If I open up my backpack, I have a hammer, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, we've made some pretty significant advancements off camera, as they say. I'm pretty stoked about it. In today's episode, now that today's episode is more than all of this stuff, I have no idea what we're gonna do. I mean, I want a better sword so we can play around with that, because that will give you guys an opportunity to see. Okay, so for this, auto jump's pretty nice. Ah, better. Okay, yeah, so we can play around with that, which is great. I mean, that'll take us a few seconds. I basically want to build it out of manulin, obviously, and silver, so that it does more to the undead. But that won't take very long. That's not much of an episode, is it? So, I think what we're actually going to do today is get into some technology, because I went out exploring. As you can see, there are some markers out there, and if I open up my map, I did quite a large loop. as you can see. I mean, I went quite a ways, and you see all these meteors? Well, I mined to the center of a couple of those meteors, and I was rewarded for my exploration in the form of inscriber presses. So we have all 4 of them, which means that we can actually get into Applied Energistics 2 whenever we want, which is pretty fancy, pretty exciting. I think maybe the first thing we ought to do, though, is work on the arch. I'm going to need a better shovel for that, so I might just go ahead and do some Tinker's Tool stuff off camera and then update you guys. I don't really like doing it on camera. It just takes some time. And then maybe it's time for a little bit of a third-person time-lapse. So, I'm going to get going, and I will see you. And now it's time to change gears entirely. So, let me describe what happened in the last little while. I went to the Nether, as I said I would. Or actually, I don't remember if I said I would. I can't really recall what the last clip was, to be honest. It's been a day and a half. Yeah, it's been an adventure anyway. I went to the Nether to get demon metal, because I figured it would be a fun adventure, instead of just building the little lava well that demon metal requires. If you don't know, 8 blocks of nether brick and a ring, and then a piece of lava in the middle, and you throw gold into it, and you get demon metal out. And it turned out it was a super boring adventure, so I didn't use the clip. And then, so I built my tools. As you can see, I've got a nice shovel and a nice axe, and I left the wood on there so that they would regenerate over time, because I'm not going to be using these nearly as much as my other tools, so that'll be handy. Yeah, put fortune on both of my my pickaxe and my hammer now, and now we're over here working on Botania, because as I've been walking around, I've realized that I'm missing something, and that something is Step Assist. And one of the best ways to get Step Assist in the early game is Botania. So I've already gone through the super early setup of this stuff. And I figured I would bring you guys back for the end of it. Let's just... Thank you. I thought maybe that would be a nice little water feature, but in the end, it's just annoying. So, I've gone through the early stuff. I've built my Petal Apothecary. I have built my Pure Daisies. I've gotten some Living Rock and Living Wood, and now I've got Endo Flames set up around these 2 mana spreaders pointing into this mana pool. Whew! And if you've never seen that stuff, go check out my FTB Beyond or my Infinity... Any of those series, really. Any of my Feed the Beast series, you can find this stuff. Oh, D20, that's right. Direwolf 20 for 1.10 is the other one that I've done on the channel. And you can see the early game Botania stuff. I have an episode on it on both of those series. And it hasn't changed much, so I figured I'd just skip to the good part. So, if you don't know, Endo Flames take coal. They burn the coal, and then they feed mana into these mana spreaders. The mana spreaders then are pointed into this mana pool so that I can collect some mana. Just some early game stuff from Botania, super simple. If you need any more information, craft yourself a Lexica Botania. A Lexica Botania with a sapling and a book. And this holds all of the info on every item in the entire mod. So, pretty cool. So, now, the next step, what I'm shooting for is the Sojourner's Sash. And how we make that is with these runes, you can see. I think I'm also going to craft myself some Mana Steel armor in this video. So I'm going to need some iron to do that, but we are going to need some runes. Rune of Air and Rune of Earth. Rune of Earth, Mana Powder, which you can get by dumping powder into the mana pool, either gunpowder or I think redstone works as well. Mana Steel is just iron into the mana pool. Simple stuff. A mushroom, a block of coal, and a block of stone. That's pretty easy. We need a runic altar to get this going, so that's just a mana diamond or a mana pearl, which is a diamond or an ender pearl in the mana pool, surrounded by living rock like this will give us our runic altar. Pretty cool. The Rune of Air, carpet, feather, string. mana powder, mana steel. Pretty simple stuff. So let's get ourselves some steel, or some iron rather, some diamonds, because we're going to need those. We can put some of this junk away as well while we're up here. And let's get moving towards that stuff, because I am sick of not having jump assist, or step assist. I really, really am. Does that work? Yes, thank goodness. All right, put this away. Now, what did we need? I need some diamonds. As you can see, mining is going well. Wow, that's really annoying. All right, spider eye goes in there. We can put some of the bones back because we don't need them all. As you can see over here, I have 4 stacks of stone smelted up just because we're going to need it for all sorts of things. Alrighty, so I got a diamond. I did not, however, grab any iron. That was silly of me. I'm going to need a lot of it, so we might get some of that stuff smelting up, actually. Smelted ores, give me my iron. We're going to need a lot of it only because I want to make some mana steel armor, because it'll be better than my current armor in basically every way. Wow, I am bouncy. Okay. Let's get some iron smelted up. We can just stack smelt an entire stack of this stuff. And then, I don't know why there's blood in my smeltery, but I want to sit here, make sure this stuff smelts. As you can see, we can handle like 2.5 stacks at a time. Pretty ridiculous, honestly. And then I'm just going to wait for this stuff to smelt, and we are going to make sure it's on the bottom so that it all pours out. Stuff must be spawning in the smeltery and dying for us to have blood in the smeltery like this. That's fine. I mean, blood is kind of handy in the smeltery, actually. Can we hit uses on that? Yeah. We can alloy it to make pig iron, which is cool. We can also... The recipe isn't shown, but it's also used to make night slime, so that's cool. All right, now that's on the bottom. We should be getting a ton of iron. Very cool. All right. Yeah, I'm proud of that thing. It's nice. It's always a nice advancement to get good smelting online. All right, so do we have enough for a diamond? We do. Do we have enough for a bunch of mana steel? We do. How much? 8. That's fine. That's gonna get us places here. So, runic altar. Actually put that in there. Thank you. Very simple stuff. If we put this here with a mana spreader facing into it, then when we start a craft on here, this will pull directly out of the mana pool and put it into the runic altar. Pretty cool. All these textures got updated recently, which is nice. So I'm going to produce some more mana. Loudest noise on Earth. There you go. 2 mana spreaders going full bore, and we should be getting a ton of mana in there. So, what did I say we needed? We need carpet, feather, string, mushroom, block of coal, chiseled stone. Should be able to do this pretty easily. I think it does have to be a brown mushroom, so I hope we have one of those. Also, I'm not sure we actually have any feathers, because I'm not sure I've killed any chickens. Are we gonna get lucky? No. Okay, so it looks like I'm actually going to have to go and gather a feather and a brown mushroom. So I'm gonna do that, and I'll meet you back, and we will craft us up some goodies. Be right back. All right, we are back, and we are crafting our rune of air now. You just right-click or throw all of the items that you need for the rune onto the thing. That step's pretty easy. And then we'll need our wand of the forest, and we'll need a living rock. Because then you just throw a living rock on and right-click, and you get runes of air. So that's pretty cool. Same thing here. right-click all of these. It'll craft. It's very noisy, but luckily I record in multi-channel, so I can always turn that down in post, which is oh so nice. Throw a living rock on there. Oh. Okay. And there's my earth runes. So runes of earth, runes of air. Now we just need 4 leather and a thing. A mana steel, and we have our Sojourner's Sash. So that was pretty well done. Leather animals. 1, 2, 3, 4. And craft. So, this is a very cool item. You throw it in your belt slot, and absolutely nothing is different. Fun, right? No, I'm just kidding, of course. What we need to make this work is mana in our inventory, and you achieve that with a mana tablet. Mana tablet living rock surrounding a mana diamond. Pretty easy. Pretty simple here. We'll see if we have enough stuff for the... Oh man, that step assist is going to be so nice. We should have enough mana to make another mana diamond here. Should be pretty simple. Ooh. Here we go. We have our mana tablet, or mana diamond. Now, we have our mana tablet, and still nothing, because obviously we need to put mana in the mana tablet simply by throwing it on the mana pool. And now you'll notice that we are much faster. I'm not sprinting right now. Now I'm sprinting. And we have Step Assist, which is maybe my favorite thing about modded Minecraft. That and item magnets. But yeah, this is going to help us so much. Like, I'm really excited about this. Because it means that we can just get a lot of stuff done so much easier. Like, I mean, it's just so nice to be able to... How are we out of... I mean, we have so much coal. Oh, did I... Yeah. Okay. Okay, fair enough. Alright, so that's done. We also jump much higher, as you can see, which is pretty cool. Alright, so next, I believe we have all that iron smelted, so let's make ourselves a set of armor as well. The Sojourner's Sash, if you didn't know, also protects us from a little bit of fall damage. Like, jumping from this height would usually take, or, well, I'm wearing my slime boots as well, but it does protect us from a little bit of fall damage, and we can enchant it to protect us further, which is cool. So, next we do want some coal, because that's going to be important for us. Let's just grab a bunch. Why not? And we'll just drop, like, 16 over here. Because it'll take half of those and then leave the other half. 16 over here. Should be the same. Perfect. And now we can drop iron ingots. I'm not going to drop all of that because that would be excessive. So we need 19 more to make ourselves a full set of armor. Now the thing is, we're going to have to wait for mana because we just don't have that much yet. But we can at least get started here. Chest plate. Looking pretty cool. Time to sleepy. And this will be a significant upgrade because the Mana Steel armor is slightly better than iron armor, and way more enchantable. So after this, it's time to get enchanting, actually, which is pretty cool. I'm looking forward to that. So what do these look like? Bam. Cool. Now we need enough for the helmet, and I think we'll leave it there for now because obviously we need our slime boots for fall damage. We don't have feather falling at all yet. We're getting close, but we do not have it. I'm not sure if Botania has an easy way to be immune to fall damage. I'm not sure, but okay. So looking pretty cool now, actually. You know, I'm gonna do the boots too. The boots as well, I should say. Because then we'll have the full set, and I noticed something. Do these not give armor anymore? Huh. Okay, that's weird. I have no idea. Let me look into that really fast because I'm not seeing any armor above my hearts. I'll be right back. Okay, so apparently there's a known bug with the Rustic Mod. Because Botania does not give protection in the standard way, it doesn't use the vanilla armor system. The Rustic Mod turns off its HUD somehow, but it doesn't actually interfere with its usage. So that's really good, because that would be really unfortunate. So we've got a few more things to make here. We're going to need more mana in order to do it. I want to make ourselves a Ring of the Mantle, which will give haste to us, and a Ring of Magnetization, because as I said before, Step Assist and item magnets are probably my favorite thing about modded Minecraft. It just makes life so much nicer. So we're going to make both of those. They're not super difficult to make. The Ring of the Mantle does require some gold, but I think we have that covered. Let's just go into our house real fast, check out our smelted ores. We do have these. Needs 3 gold, and the reason it needs 3 gold is because it actually needs a golden pickaxe, but that's pretty easy. So, golden pickaxe. It requires a Rune of Earth. Luckily, we already have one, because you get 2 of the runes when you craft things in this mod, which is cool. So, Ring of the Mantle. Shift-click. Ring of the Mantle. Done. If we put this on, what we should see is we get haste 2. Just immediately we get haste 2. So, what that should mean, in theory, is much faster mining. I think with 1 level of haste on our pickaxe, we'll be able to get to instant mine on the on stone, which is pretty freaking awesome. I'm gonna go into my little side crevice. This is where I've been mining for lapis, by the way. Got quite a lot of stuff going on there, so I'm gonna mine right about here. So no, I can't quite instant mine stone, even with momentum built up yet. But it is faster. It is faster, so I'll take it. I will take it. Wow, getting out of here is so much easier now. I can just sprint up. Obviously, I'm going to put some stairs there. Don't worry, it is happening. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. So, the next thing we need to do is build ourselves a magnetizing lens, because the Ring of Magnetization uses a mana lens magnetizing. And how we get that is with gold and iron and a mana lens. And the mana lens is mana steel around a piece of glass or glass pane. I'm just going to use a piece of glass because I'm too lazy to do it the other way. So we're also going to need a piece of gold and a piece of iron to make this work, and a bunch of mana steel, which is fine. We should be able to do that pretty easily if we just... because we're going to need 4 for this and an additional 4 for this, so we're going to need 8 all day long. Nice, we have exactly the amount we need. So this will create a mana lens, which are used in other recipes as well, or they have other uses as well, but for now we're just using them to make our ring of magnetization. That right there. And this will use a little bit of mana from our inventory when it's worn to pick things up. So it's a pretty nifty little thing that we got going on here. See? Everything just comes straight into my inventory now. Now, using all 3 of these and my armor will use some mana. So we're going to have to make sure that we get our generation. Oh. Server lag? Not. Oh. What happened? Okay, I think the ring actually slurped those up. It doesn't... It has a 5-second delay when you toss things with Q, but I don't think that actually functions with... when you throw things out of your inventory like that. So, now... all that's left... is it floating around me? Ooh. Oh my, okay. So that's a bug. It's fine, not a huge deal, just a bit of a bug. So now we're gonna have to keep track of how much mana we have on us at any point, but that's not a huge deal. So we now move much faster. Mining is going to be faster, and items are no longer going to be on the ground around us. Instead, they're going to go straight into our inventory. So that is pretty cool, I think. Thank you for joining me. I'm just enjoying being able to walk up. Look at that. Isn't that nice? That's so nice. Yeah, thank you for joining me. I hope I see you next time. As always, this is Mizuna, signing off. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my Patreon in the links below. Thank you so much. Goodbye.